For Halloween and Brawl Stars, there's been 3 new game modes added with 3 different challenges for me to do, and today I'm going to be finishing them all off. Well, not just today, but over a course of a few days. We start off with Volley Brawl, as Payload isn't in rotation, and I play as Brock because I do not realise I had him equipped. Me and Ems are able to play defence for a little bit, however, the max save was too close for comfort. After being in play for a little while, the ball goes at a very, very rapid pace. However, the Ems just decides to leave the touch zone, making us concede our first point. However, my team aren't having it, so we start playing super aggressively and the team can't handle it. So they just end up conceding anyway. With the score all tied up and the game absolutely taking forever now, the ball is bound to go down soon. And luckily, it isn't on our side. With the first challenge done, we've got our first star drop and it's a bunch of coins. Then decided to play a game with my good friend Melando121. However, for a split second before we joined, he changed to Power 1 Charlie. I'll let you figure out how that one went. I then tried to play as Clancy, but this time luck was on my side. After playing a bit of a defensive, I decided to rush in, take out 2 of the enemies and secure the first goal. After that, me and Ball were able to rush forward into middle, take out the Nanny and the Max until eventually we both take out the Sam, and then the Tara is able to reflect the ball back and we win the game. I flicked through it very quickly, but I was just able to get the star player. Oh, I just recorded the last battle and then I go and check my iCloud to upload it to CapCut and it just is gone. It's just disappeared, like literally nowhere to be found. However, we did win the last game. I did get star player and we did get the star drop. After I had completed all of the volleyball challenges, it's on to zombie plunder. I noticed the Dynamite running back with our head, but before we could stop him, he already scored. Not before my teammate had also scored, however. To try and settle the score, me, Grom and Poco all rushed towards the other side. However, we're stopped by the Shelly and Crow, which is a bit of a problem. After taking down the Crow, I try and go and take out the Shelly. However, the Dynamite uses his immunity shield to block all of my shots. I am now absolutely not having it. And I go play super aggressive to show everyone why I'm truly here.
Double kill. Triple kill. Pentakill.
After I wiped the floor with our enemies, we were able to walk it back to our goal and win the game. And I was met with the biggest star player still I have ever seen. After I saw the ranks in this next game, however, I knew it wasn't going to be easy. The enemy team had stolen our zombie head, and now the score was 1-0 to them. I noticed the Edgar was trying to do the same trick he had done before. Not falling for it twice, I decided to charge up my super, and then was able to take out the Rico and Edgar in the same super. Thanks to me taking out the Edgar and Rico, my ball was able to just run straight into the zone and drop off our ball, making the game be all tied up. This next bit really confused me because I was just trying to attack the Edgar. I didn't even notice that I had the ball, but I was able to throw the ball into our zone and win the game. Thanks to winning us the game, we got star player. We are now one step closer to playing payload, and I got Clancy's mastery. I didn't record this game by accident, but this is the first time I ever got a draw in Brawl Stars. Nothing exciting really happened in the next game, but the Mr. P was our biggest problem, so I had to get rid of him. Just like that, the turret and Mr. P are gone.
What does the P even stand for? Piece of shit!
It was an easy game and we ended up winning. Now, Melando121 is back and he seemed hell-bent on playing a Power 1 brawler. So with a Power 1 Melody on our side, I hope we win this. My entire team decided to try and rush their ball, however, it was pointless and we all died in the end anyway. With only 20 seconds to spare, I managed to get my hands on the ball and had to walk the entire way back to my goal with a Colette, a Mandy and a Chester on my tail the entire time. But luckily, I was able to score and win us the game. Next game, we weren't going to be so lucky. By using Melando as a meat shield, I was able to take out the Chester until eventually I was able to use my super on Nanny and then grab the ball and just walk it back to our base. But a few seconds later, they were able to steal our ball and were able to even the score. After overtime, I was just able to get the ball, and if they had just gone on for a little longer, I could have scored, resulting in a draw and the only kudos ever to be not given toxically. Melando had to go again and it was now just down to me. The Kenji and El Primo tried to attack us, but they weren't ready for our brilliant defence. Me and Pearl ran up towards their end and were able to take out the Kenji before taking out the Brock and finally just grabbing the ball because the El Primo just walked straight past us. I think the El Primo tried to trade with us, however, we were just able to take him out before he was ever able to leave our zone. Later in the game, I had only just respawned and the Kenji and Brock were already in our zone, so I had to defend with the M's and the Pearl and before taking out the El Primo and then ran straight towards the goal. I got to the zone, but the Kenji was already respawned, and because I couldn't shoot him yet, I didn't decide to waste his ammo. The Ems and Pearl were able to take out the Kenji before I took out the Brock, and I managed to get the ball, but for the second time now, we were stopped by the bell. After another nice little star player with some decent stats, I was able to finish off Zombie Plunder. It got me a second star drop, and hopefully I don't get coins this time. We We can finally move on to payload and finish off the challenge. Oh, also Melando's back and he's not playing a power 1 brawler this time. I had stayed on payload for pretty much the entire time, but the Brock was causing me a bit of trouble, so I had to stop him. As the payload turned the final corner, Bo and Brock were trying to take me out. However, I was able to get rid of the Bo, and then before the Brock could take me out, Melando was able to jump in and keep the payload moving. The payload was literally at the end of the thing, so I just stood on it for 2 seconds and we won the game. Yes, Melando got star player. Well done, buddy. Another star drop. 3rd time's a charm, right? When we go into next game, I decided to change to Edgar because I was kind of getting bored of Clancy, and call me low skill, but he's actually pretty fun to play. The good thing about this game is that the other team seemed to be more interested in taking out our payload instead of theirs. So me and Melando were able to take out a few of the teams, and I was able to just push it straight to the end, resulting in a very easy victory. But for the next few games, we just kept on getting server error after server error after server error. Although eventually the problem was fixed and we were able to get on to the final game. This was it, the final game between me and finishing this challenge. Melando had carried the payload practically all the way here, but he decided to go take out the Piper, so left me to defend it for myself. But the Barley was really winding me up, so I needed to put an end to him. With the Kenji on minecart, I decided to go defend their minecart, but not before Larry and Laurie tried to stop me. I then went upwards to go help out the Kenji with the fighting, and was able to finish off the Barley before we were able to just sit in the middle and carry the payload home. That was the final game 1, and I managed to get star player, so a win-win situation. But there was one last problem, the star drop. If it just gave me anything other than coins, I will be happy. I'll take XP doublers at this point. So there you have it, that's how I did all of the challenges for Payload, Zombie Plunder and Volley Brawl. This was actually so fun to make, so don't be surprised if you see a lot more long form videos coming out on Brawl Stars in the near future. I have an idea of a new series idea that will be coming out soon when the tier 50 update drops. But I guess thanks for watching. See ya.